Okay, guys, I'm back. I just tried something and Jesus, that was the worst experience. I will not do it again. I will not ever do it again. I was trying to share the screen, but it wouldn't share. So I'm going to have to get the article and share it separately. Okay. I am going into my studio as I'm speaking to you because this thing has just went AY on me. Okay. I am very sorry, guys. I just had to stop. But let me go back into my studio and sort this out. I have to sort this out. Let me sort this out. I'm going to delete this one. If you're on with me, guys, just bear with me a minute. I'm trying to sort this thing out because it went downhill. But it is all about experiences, eh? Life. If it doesn't work, we try again. And here we are again. Save and let's roll. Hello and welcome to my live. Please hit the like button when you get in. Please hit the like button. If you don't decide to stay, that's okay. I understand. My content is not something easily consumed by a lot of people, but hey, we still have to talk about these things. So do hit the like, please, as I try to get myself up and ready. No, sorry about that. I just tried to share my screen to share the story with you. Latte, coming short boss. Welcome, Rich. Welcome, Priscilla. Thank you for being here. And Lane, I can't pronounce your name, but Lane Tristan. I hope I got that correct. Welcome, my sister. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Let me do the official anyway and then get moving. Where are we? I just love doing that. I love doing that. Video. Welcome to my channel, Abuse Insights, where I create contents on abuse topics to include but not limited to childhood or domestic abuse. Yes. Okay, guys. So I want to share a story, a real incident. I want to share with you an incident that took place. It's not a story like it's made up. It was a real thing that happened with one of our Jamaican sister um, who is in the United States of America. And the reason why I want to share this with you is because I know she's not alone. She's not the only one alone. You see, a lot of us live abroad, and when we leave Jamaica or whichever foreign land we leave, and we end up in America, Canada, you know, USA, wherever, Europe. A lot of people are of the assumption that we are, in the land of privilege. Yes. And that everything is nice and, perfect. Whereas it's far from for a lot of people. But sometimes we don't always tell the truth and explain to our family members that, hey, life ain't good here. Or this is how I'm living. A lot of times, a lot of us, Rambo, my family's in the house. Welcome, Rambo. I'm so happy to see you. Bad breed. Yes. So a lot of times, if we can just be honest with our family members and let them know that, hey, this is going on here. It's not all what you think. And stop pretending, things are all okay and giving stuff that you don't even have to give sometime. But let me just get into this article and share with you. this incident. So I'm taking this straight from the local newspaper, local10.com. It's an American platform. And it reports that North Miami Beach mother calls 911 and she stated, I just killed my daughter. Yes, it's not the best thing you want to hear at this time, but nothing is. It's life. So the article states North Miami Beach, Florida. A mother is suspected of fatally stabbing her young daughter early Thursday morning in North Miami Beach, according to police. A spokesperson for the North Miami Beach Police Department said officers arrived at the scene located at an apartment complex and they give the address and the time after the woman called the police and admitted to stabbing her 3-year-old daughter. The woman, she's identified as a 24-year-old, and her name is given, which I don't want to say, and she is now in custody. Okay, now let's see what the 99 call said. I'm going to play a recording, and you should be able to hear it. Let's get this out. Hi, this is Operator Brown from the North Miami Beach Police Department on a recorded line. Did you call for the police?
Yes.
Okay, what is your name?
Jalissa?
Ulissa?
Jalissa Baxter.
Jalissa, hi. Can you tell me what's happening there?
Yes, I just killed my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
3.
Is there anyone else in the house?
God.
And how did you kill your daughter?
I tried strangling her. That didn't work, so I stabbed her with a knife in the neck and chest.
And what area of the house is she in?
She's on the floor in the living room.
Do you still have the knife?
I do.
Is it in your hand?
No.
Can you tell me what you're wearing, Ulissa?
A robe.
What color is your robe?
White.
Is there any way I can get you to speak to the officers, Ulissa? Tell me where you are so I can have the officers speak with you.
I'm in the living room.
Okay, I'm gonna speak with the officers, okay? Just give me one moment, okay?
Okay.
I'm landline with the complaint. I see about she's in the living room. She's no longer armed. She's wearing a white robe. Okay, do you see the officers?
Let me open the door.
Just leave the door open and go back and sit in the living room.
Okay.
Well, for now, we're instructing her to leave the door open to the PTA until sit down in the living room. Hold on, how you said here?
I'm right here.
Well, for now, the Bible in the stage like anyway.
Huh?
So that was a recording or the recording of the phone call she made to the police. And did you hear what she said? She tried strangling her daughter and that did not work. And after that, she went and got the knife and she started doing the deed on her daughter. Head, chest, back, foot, you name it. Latoya said that that woman must be sick. She is sick. That is not a normal person behavior. Now, word on the street, you know, people talking, I cannot say it is true, but as older folks would say, if it no go so, it near so. While I was listening to Andre program, an in-law called. I think she said she's a wife of this young lady, uncle. And she was explaining that this young lady came from Jamaica. She had it rough. And this was her pretty knit up. She said, I wouldn't say she was abused. Hello? What would you say? I said she was abused. Call a spade a spade. She explained that this young lady had lost her mother. So there's people out there saying that she got to America on a work program. She dismissed that, saying no, she did not. She traveled to her family and was staying with her mom. But her mom later developed breast cancer and passed away. So that was a blow for this young lady. Oh, her age is 24. She's not really a baby, but I know this young lady is struggling with some stuff. She said after the mom passed away, this young lady went to live with other family members and they put her out. Put her out. She went on to say that the reason she got put out of the family homes is because of her behavior. She didn't state exactly what it is, but by asking questions, she confirmed when Andre said she was, one of those girls who likes to, yeah. So she was promiscuous. That's the word mentioned. And she said yes. Promiscuous meaning she was one of those young lady who would sleep around or change boyfriend regular. So that was her lifestyle. There are photos of her where she has transformed herself from looking normal to a fit, sexy type of mud looking person. I have the photo, but after what just happened the first try, I will not even try putting it up. I'll leave it. But she looks darn good, beautiful. And she's one of those, she has that body where it could attract anybody. Any man could get her. She looks good, fit, and in shape, you name it, she's good. So she was involved with her boyfriend, and the lady is saying that she's not sure, but the person must have left her in the flat where she was, and life became hard after she gave birth to the child. She was struggling. She didn't have support for the child. She was advised to seek medical help. She didn't take that on board because she was in denial that something is wrong with her. She she was sad as well, family problem with the father of the child, because father of the child don't want to know. Um I think on one of these recording, I could play it, but one of these recording from the news media, the brother had stated that at one point she called the child father and asked him, come and get your child, or else, or else, or else happened, because he never came, because he told her, do whatever you have to do. Now that tells you this is somebody who didn't really want the child, don't care about the child, don't want to know about the child. There's also talks that the young man is also a young person too who is going to school. You see, the problem is sometimes we end up getting pregnant for the wrong people. You have young people who are caring, and sometimes even grown folks. They're, the lifestyle that they lived just change as soon as they hear the word, you're going to be a father. Whereas for others, it doesn't do nothing. They're just not ready. They don't want to know. But this young girl was really struggling to the point where she had her electric cut off. She couldn't pay the rent. They cut the water off. And it was when the water got cut off, that's where it seems things got worse for her. She locked herself in for days. She wouldn't come out. She's not talking to people. It is so sad when people get to this stage and they do bad things, you know, and the family and friends talk afterwards. It doesn't help situation because the child has passed. And Priscilla, she killed her daughter because she's unwell. There's no sane person on earth struggling right now would look at that option or take that option. They would give the child up or leave the child on some church doorstep or somewhere, but they won't harm the child. And later, they might surface and try to find the child again. But this young lady is very ill. Now, looking at the photo of the girl, how beautifully she is, and the word that was used by the in-law, that you know she had it rough, even though she didn't say she had been abused. But the fact that it was confirmed she she was promiscuous. Let me tell you something. When someone say, or when you noticed a person life is this way, where they just keep changing girlfriend, keep changing boyfriend. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please hit the like button. If you have to leave, I understand, but please click the like button. Whenever someone is seen with different boyfriends at short period of time, different girlfriend, I'm gonna stick to the woman's side. She has experienced abuse. I'm not asking Christ. No one in their right mind just get up and decide to go and fling the body from one place to the next. They have been through abuse and they are searching for validation. They are searching for love. And if they are with someone and they don't feel that love or they don't feel that person care for them, even if the person do care, it's like they're looking for a certain type of love. And if it's not given or they can't feel it, like, yes, this guy come with the package, it seems as if no, this is not it. They're not satisfied because they are broken. But really and truly, what they are looking for is not out there for them to find, because they can find true love, but they will not accept true love because they are still broken on the inside. You could fix the outside as many times as you want. Change your hairstyle, change the way you carry yourself, change how you dress, change your house, change your car. You can change everything about you. But if you came from abuse, if someone had taken your innocence, if you were molested as a child, as an adult, and you have not seek help to overcome those trauma, it doesn't matter what other changes you make, it will not help you. You will always be broken. You will not be reasonable. You can't think reasonable. And you're going to go around and just keep making mistake after mistake after mistake. And one of the other thing is when you have been abused as a child and now you grow up to the age where you make your own decisions, you take talk from nobody. That's where a lot of us go wrong. But sometimes some people just can't help it because this is the attitude. When I needed you, when I needed protection, you weren't there. Now I'm my own woman. Now I'm my own grown man. I don't need you. But sometimes we do need others because it goes with the saying, You cannot see yourself in the frame. Somebody else has to see your picture in the frame. So sometimes somebody can see where you're going wrong and see where something is going to happen to you or something is happening to you that is not normal, and they try to guide you. But because of your own way of thinking that I don't care, you don't listen and you do your own thing. This is common with people who have gone through abuse. Now, is she mad? No, she's not mad. She might be suffering from abuse, trauma, childhood abuse. Those trauma is still affecting her. Her child is 3 years old. She could be suffering from postnatal PTSD, postnatal traumatic stress disorder. What is postnatal traumatic stress disorder? It is a type of anxiety disorder. It is also known as birth trauma. Now, if this young girl had been struggling with childhood trauma, and then on top of that, here comes birth trauma, that is too much. A lot of women after birth develop PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. And if they don't seek help, situation can be worse for them. Now, aside from postnatal trauma, one of the less talk about in our Black community is mental illness. Yes, we don't talk about mental illness very much. There's a thing called psychosis. We don't talk about psychosis. What is psychosis? From listening to what's happening to this young lady, she could be suffering from psychosis. Psychosis is where you hear or see things that are not there, hallucinations, or you believe things that are not true, delusions. You know, when we're growing up and we're cussing one another, we'll say, you're delusional, or you're hallucinating, These words, we often use them. These are things that could be going on with this young lady. Taking the life of her daughter is not something that she just get up and decide, I'm going to do. And I want to encourage you guys, if you have family members living abroad and you're not, please keep a check on them. If you are living abroad with those family members and they're acting strangely, please don't wash your hand off them and think, I don't want nothing to do with her. Because that person could be going through trauma and cannot bring themselves around to explain to you what they're going through. There are cases where some of us families, we push our family members to the point where they ended up in situations, living condition that they have no business in because we treat them so bad. A lot of us are living abroad, and even back home, a lot of us are living comfortably. And we can offer help to a family member, but because we don't want to disrupt our comfort, not even for a little bit, we turn our backs. I remember growing up when I was young, and whenever somebody would visit, my grandma would give the best. She'd sometimes give her own bed just so that the person sleeps well and feel welcome. I'm living here in London and I'm not asking questions. I'm telling you, some people, when they travel here to meet their family members or to meet or joint spouses, they are living like dogs. In fact, sometimes dogs are living better than some of them. People treat them so badly. Men travel here to meet their wives, and wives show the other side of them, family members. And the worst thing is that they always do this to people when it comes around to the cold time of year, winter, not in the summer. So sometimes, please, I'm asking you, please go easy on your family if you are on the other side. Don't expect them to send all these things and give you the things that they don't even have, because sometimes if they can only be honest with you, I don't have it. Uncle John threw me out of his house because I wouldn't sleep with him. Auntie tell me her husband is looking me or I'm looking the husband, so I am all these names and she don't want me in her house. She kicked me out. I have to be living with a guy and he's beating me and I really can't do nothing at the moment. I have to succumb to all these abuse. If only we can just be honest. And if we can't be honest with our family member, if only we can seek help that is out there. Now, many of us leave Jamaica and we're in UK, we're in Canada, we're in USA. The system is far different from where we're coming from. Help is available. And if we just develop the courage to just go out there and seek it, the life that we're living can be a lot better. Could this young girl life save? It could have been a different story. Had the mother left that apartment and go and seek help or take the advice given to her, yes, she's looking at this way. She don't want to feel shame or anyone looking down on her because of her situation. Delusional, psychosis, and pride. Sometimes we put pride in the picture. The Bible tells us that pride is a sin. It is okay to seek and ask for help. There's no person on earth who is going to have a good day every day. That is why in the Bible it is written 7 times rise, 7 times fall. You have to have days when you have to go down and need help to get back up. Whether it's in business or your personal life. If your family member don't help, ask. Somebody else will help you. I know there are people out there who will not stretch their hands and help you if they're not getting something in return. And on this note, someone shared their story the other day on Unstoppable Live. Big up Unstoppable Live. You're doing a fantastic job. And the lady is currently now in New York. And she fell on hard times. She came from Jamaica. Her husband dealt her badly. But she came into New York trying to change things for herself and for her children. She met a man and the man liked her. They decided to date, but she didn't want to enter into a committed relationship, but they kind of agreed to a friend with benefit relationship where they will have that intimate moment but no connection beyond that. Welcome, Jackie. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome. Thank you. As time went by, the man started falling in love, or his feelings for her changed, and he wanted more than the agreement they had. Just intimate moments, and I'll stay here and blah blah. It got to the point where nothing is taking place, no intercourse, no nothing, because the man said, if it's not how I want it, you have to leave, because I am not going to bring another woman here with you in my house. Go, or else I'm going to do this to you, or else I'm going to do that to you. So you see, people will wait until you're at your weakest to knock you over. Now imagine being threatened in winter. People, if you live in Jamaica, just go in the freezer and stay in there for about 5 minutes. You don't even need to push your whole body. Just push your head in there and close on the door as close as you can. We are walking through freezer every day when it comes into winter. I had a bottle of water in my van the other day, and when I went in the back of the van, the bottle had ice in it. I didn't put it in a freezer. I just parked in my car park. That's how cold it is. And some of our family members abroad or partners that we meet, they are as cold as that ice, as the weather. A lot of us are going through hard times. I can put my hand up. God has been good to me because I have been good to myself. Now, at 24 years old, taking the life of her daughter, mental illness comes into play. But at 25, I think that's around when I got pregnant with my son, and I left that relationship 1 month after I fell pregnant. I didn't even have stomach. I could have chose to get rid of the baby, but I didn't. But I didn't stand for foolishness, and I walk away. My son is 11 years old. Now, what's the difference between me and some of you ladies? The difference is I decided whatever it takes, I'm going to do it. My father taught me don't rely on someone else to pick you up, to carry you. Have your own so that you can help them when they need help too. What he's trying to say is if you're in a relationship with a woman or a man, don't just sit your ass down and expect one person to work and do everything for you. Go out there too and help so that maybe if one day that partner is, lost a job, no work is going on, for example, you can say, okay, hon, when you were working, you had given me this. I didn't really need it, but I save it because life can happen. So here, I can give you 50,000. Go start again. That sort of thing. Partnership. Yeah. So the difference between me and a lot of women here in the UK or wherever you are as another Jamaican, me, I will get up and go do whatever it takes. As I was sharing with Lataya earlier on her platform, after COVID hit, I took myself up and I got my van and whatever tool I didn't have, I bought and I went straight into doing gardening. Like real gardening. Some jobs I've taken on, they're like 3, 4 men job and I do them single-handed. They last for days, but trust me, my focus is always at the end because when me say ching ching, it is enough. And that's the difference between me and you. I'm not gonna sit down and dolly up myself and look all good for a man because let me tell you something. The easiest way and quickest way for you exit a relationship or for a relationship breakdown is when you decide to put all the pressure on one person. You're gonna get burned till you're sick, and it's gonna get to a point where the man don't come home anymore and you're gonna get left because you're not contributing anything. You only want to sit down and you want to receive, but you're not willing to grow the relationship. Independence. Be independent. Help yourself. And while you're helping yourself, you could be helping others. And when you have children, ladies, I said this before and I'm going to repeat it here. When you decide to become a mother and have children, priorities change. It's no longer about you. Your life don't matter. It's the children. You have to put them in front at all times. You have to look at the circle of friends that you're keeping now. Assess yourself because you're protecting. You're supposed to be a protector for your children. You can't live the same life that you were living before you started having children. They are priority. And that is what we have to understand. They didn't ask to be here. We went and do the hokey pokey, and the hokey pokey bring forth children. Yes? So we have to put them first. Now, on the subject of children, from me born and grow up and can understand relationship, I know that a lot of us women would have children just so that we can keep the relationship. Now, newsflash, Some women in the UK, some women in other foreign countries, they do it because they get the benefit from the government. Hello? So if you are a man, welcome in. Thank you everyone for coming. Please hit the like button. Thank you, June. Thank you. Welcome in. Olga EK is in the building. Marlon, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you guys enough, but I can't talk too much because I'm going to throw off. Now, I understand because I read an article about this. A lot of Jamaicans would come to these countries, go to America or other, of our brothers and our sisters in these foreign country would get into relationships with them and have babies. And if the relationship doesn't work, or sometimes it doesn't have to not work, the woman can say, Tata, I don't want you no more. The reason for doing that is because they are okay. Before recent, I'm here in the UK for over 20 years. So when I first came, I understand the system was if you have children, you were priority for the government to get you your own property to live in because you have kids. So that is how now some of these men got tricked into having relationships with some of these women, having all these children, but the women then turned them out because they didn't really want the relationship. They wanted the children. That is how messed up some of us are. We are messed up. But that has changed today. But a lot of us are still of the belief that if we enter a relationship with a guy, some of us know that the man have a woman before we are side chick, but we want to have the baby so we can be number one chick. Newsflash, no. The man leave us with the child and still gone back home to him woman. So we start create problem or become a problem. The man insists me nah left my good woman come to you. So we have to go work out whatever with the child, or me no want to know about the picnic. Cause you have some people them dear like that and them not have no heart. Now when a situation like this happens, yes, sometimes some women they are very resentful. Them hate the man with a passion. And sometimes God made the picnic so well that the child is a splitting image of the father that the woman now hate. So you see, every frustration comes around when the argument with the man who ain't coming back starts, or some memory or something, the woman takes it out on the child. A lot of us are hating our children. We're hating the man that left through our children. After 9 months, ladies, of going through growing this life inside of you, you're trying to tell me that you're just okay to throw it away because the man gone left you? The man left, but you're still a winner. You have a child. You have to take responsibility for where you go wrong and stop pointing the fingers. Over there is Tom, Dick, Harry. No, I mean, because I know if I didn't use protection, I would have gotten pregnant. Okay, I know that the man had his other woman, who is probably my sister or my cousin. Me shouldn't go there. I know that the man told me if you get pregnant, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm gonna leave, but me still do it. What about accountability? Accountability, accountability. We have to take responsibility for our own action. Now, this young lady took the life of her 3 year old, a beautiful 3 year old. Imagine strangling the child and God didn't allow her to die. But you went and got a sharp object and repeatedly sticking it into your child until it couldn't survive anymore. And you hear how calm she is. Ladies on here, if you're listening to replay, This is not a wicked woman. She's not cold. She is unwell. Mental illness is real. And we have to discuss this more in our black community. I say black because white people take them things serious. There is a lot of help available. But with us Jamaican back home, we don't like to talk about these things. As you see somebody start act funny, him mad, he head no good, him chip. Why? We not quick to take them and carry them to the doctor to find out how we can help them. And before you know it, them on the street walking all scanty looking and life is just terrible for them. But if we don't take action and keep avoiding our family members when stuff like this happened, we are going to see much more of these sort of incidents happening. Psychosis, as I was saying to Latoya today, when you're advising yourself out of a situation, that's good. Self motivation, self love, yes. But when you are unwell, when you are experiencing hallucination, delusions, seeing and hearing things that are not there, this way beyond you. You need help. Hallucinations and delusions, they are the two main symptoms of psychosis. I'm going to repeat what hallucination is. Hallucinations. I might not be pronouncing it, but that's the best I can do for now. It's almost midnight. Hallucinations is where a person hears and see things, and in some cases feels, taste, or smell things that do not exist outside their mind, but they can feel very real to that person who is being affected by it. One of the common hallucination symptom is hearing voices. Delusions is when a person has strong beliefs that are not shared by others. A common delusion is someone believing there's a conspiracy to harm them. The combination of hallucinations and delusional thinking can cause severe distress and a massive change in behavior that can lead to people doing things beyond belief, as this mother did to her daughter. And that is where I'm going to wrap this up tonight. I will cover this topic on a separate video explaining to people what these are and what they can look out for in their family members or friends, and detailing that video just to bring awareness across the board. But please, everybody, keep an eye out on your family members. I said it, mental illness is in all of us. I could be okay today, and just one thing can chip. Let me give you a real example quickly. Now, about 3 years ago, I got a call from HM Revenue. So this is the government bodies that checked up on businesses. So I got a call from HMRC, and they wanted to find out some things that were going on in my company as to my understanding, about the things in the company, what I need to do, where staff is concerned, work hours, policy and procedures, a whole heap of things. Now, at the time, my business was just going over 3 years. And I didn't expect this phone call from these people. No, when they call upon you, come on now, you better answer them. These people don't play. So they came at me and they were asking me all these questions, and they weren't being rough on me because they realized that I'm not in operation for very long. They just want to make sure that I was doing the right thing, where health and safety is concerned, to make sure that my staff, they are being paid well, and all the things that I'm supposed to cover were in place and were good. And I was trying to protect someone or something. I have to be careful what I say. But I could have done something that I didn't want to do at the time differently. I had to go the long road to deal with this company. And let me tell you something. What I thought was going to be a drop in the ocean turned out to be thunder. It was too much for me. And let me tell you something. I'm a sister. I can take pressure. But when you're getting certain pressure from different people or from something you have never experienced before, it can lick you for six. And I remember behind me, you can see a flower. Let me change my screen. Behind me, there's a plant. And that chair, that long piece of chair, as I was heading out, I remember taking the phone call. And I was about to pick my son up from school. And as I took the phone call, I slowly walked over and rest on the chair. And I was going through with these people, and they were asking me some whole heap of questions. And I could feel my body elevating. It's like I was lifting off the floor, but I wasn't moving. But I can't explain the feeling, but I felt something taking over my body, and I felt really weird. I felt like my head was gonna explode. I felt stress. For the first time in my entire life into business, I have never ever experienced this feeling. After experiencing this feeling where I'm leaving the floor and my mind, my head feel like it's gonna pop, I I started to sweat like hot flushes. Immediately my body just started to burn. I was going into a place because I was being stressed. I was being pushed to a point where I didn't even know how I got there. And after I hung the phone up, I sat down on the chair. And then my son came to my mind, and I said to myself, no, I don't know what this is, but no, I will not lose everything that I have been blessed with over a business. I will lose it to save myself and my son. I was talking to myself because the stress that I was experiencing came upon me because of that phone call and all that I was dealing with to do with my business. And I sat myself down, and slowly I feel my body is coming back down to normal. It's like it was landing back. And then I felt the feeling in my head, and it was changing. It was changing. I felt I was coming back to normal. And then that heat I was feeling, it was slowly leaving me. And I just started to talk to myself. And I started saying, I have to go pick my son up. And I knew if I didn't take that moment to acknowledge what was taking place and try to push myself out and carry everything I was dealing with the HMRC about my company, I could have been mad. They're saying that after the young lady, water got cut off and she had no water, no heating, no light, all these necessary things in her apartment, is as if she lost it. I cannot take care of my daughter. Psychosis kicks in. She's thinking things that are not there. She's seeing things that are not there. Reality ain't no more. So that's why I'm telling you, mental illness is for real. And it just need one thing to chip you and floor you. We can call names all we want, but trust me, we are breakable. We humans, but we breakable. If machines that men built can break, we can break. That is why we have to go through life and just keep thanking God, because sometimes He has, I mean, we should be broken and just stay broke. Many of us shouldn't even be around right now because we have been to places that we should not have come out of. But it's like Rihanna's song, I find love in a hopeless place. A lot of us don't believe that there is a God. And it's that God that we believe in, that I believe in, you might not, but I believe, has kept me sane. Throughout my childhood to where I am today, I grew up believing that there is a greater power over my life. And when the enemy puts me down, I always say, you, mighty God, the one that made me, if it is your will, let it be done. My belief and my knowing and interaction with Him made life what it is for me today. And it can for you when you believe that there is a greater power over your life. And no matter the situation that you're going through, it can change and it will change. You just have to make your mind up to change something about your way of thinking and know that when life changes, your situation cannot be the same. So when your situation change, you have to make a change. You cannot keep doing the same thing every day, expecting the same result. That's insane. You have to do something different if you expect something different. Wherever you are in the world, I pray that right now you're not going through a situation that is going to derail you, but you will take the lessons from it, apply accountability, know where you go wrong, acknowledge, and try not to go back there. Not everything is for you, not everyone is for you. And no matter what, help is always available. And there's always a choice to do the right thing or not. I thank you all very, 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 very much for coming over and supporting me, and for listening, for liking the video, and for interacting. I thank you. I am going to leave it right here. I will do a follow-up video on this and detailing to others these things that we take so lightly. And hopefully, as we continue to share our contents, it can help somebody out of the situation that they're in. This is Abusing Sites. This is where we're going to be talking about abuse topics. If you don't address the things that you have experienced, you will not experience the things that awaits you. Okay? I want to end this live with a few words of, you see it's coming. EK, you always say that me and Lati end our live and never end the live. Watch me and you soon. But thank you, EK. Yes, it is real. We all suffer from some sort of mental stress. That is a fact. Good evening, Teacher P. Good evening. Um, Thank you very much for coming, my sister. Thank you very much. All right. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to be out with my prayer. This is my morning prayer, but I'm still going to close off with this prayer because it is that time of night. Why not? For me, it's not you. It is probably evening, but hey, wherever you are, have a blessed one. Take care and thank you so much
Dear
for being
Heavenly
here.
Father,
Father,
we
we
thank you
thank you
for a
for a
new
new
day
day
and for
and
the
for the
gift
gift
of
of
life.
life.
Help us to
Help
be
us to be
grateful
grateful
for your
for your
abundant
abundant
grace
grace
and
and
mercy.
mercy.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
watching
watching
over
over
us
us
and
and
blessing
blessing
us
us
with
with
divine
divine
health
health
to
to
go
go
through
through
another
another
day.
day.
Father,
Father,
we
we
commit our
commit our
lives
lives
into your
into your
hands,
hands,
that you
that you
lead and
lead
guide
and
us
guide
by
us
your
by your
Spirit at
Spirit
every
at every
step
step
along the
along the
way.
way.
I
I
declare we
declare
are
we are
protected by
protected
your
by your
power
power
No
No
evil
evil
shall
shall
befall
befall
us.
us.
As we
As we
step
step
out, we
out, we
do
do
so
so
in
in
faith,
faith,
hoping
hoping
and
and
believing
believing
for the
for the
best.
best.
May
May
doors of
doors of
opportunities be
opportunities be
open to
open to
us,
us,
and
and
may
may
we
we
meet
meet
people
people
of our
of our
destinies
destinies
according
according
to
to
your
your
will.
will.
I
I
declare
declare
that
that
all our
all our
expectations
expectations
for
for
this
this
day
day
have
have
been
been
exceeded.
exceeded.
I
I
pray
pray
that we
that we
will
will
also
also
be a
be a
blessing in
blessing
the
in the
lives of
lives of
those
those
we
we
come in
come in
contact
contact
with
with
on our
on our
life's
life's
journey.
journey.
Bring
Bring
into our
into our
lives
lives
light
light
where there
where
is
there is
darkness,
darkness,
and
and
fill our
fill our
hearts with
hearts
your
with your
love
love
where
where
hatred
hatred
and
and
bitterness
bitterness
lies.
lies.
These I
These I
ask of
ask of
you
you
in
in
Jesus'
Jesus'
name.
name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, why not do so today? And if you have listened to this video this far, please click the like button.
Thank you very much, guys, and goodbye and good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Please hit the like button. God bless and share with others. EK, thank you so much for coming. Sharp Boss, thank you. Um, Teacher P, a few others were here. Olga, thank you. June, thank you very much. Trying to stroll up to see the names. Hmm. Jackie, thank you for coming. Jackie, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Green Nation. Did we say Green Nation? Priscilla, thank you. And everyone else who I have not mentioned, thank you and goodbye.